Hello and welcome to OverShadow ShadowCast with your host Thomas Anderson and Tech Wizard.
Me.
Pardon?
Me.
Who's me?
Me.
Who's me?
I am me.
But who are you?
I am me.
No, but who is the me that is you?
Me.
No. Who is the me of you?
I am.
Who is the I am of the me of the you?
I am the me of the I am.
I'll rephrase this. What's your
And
name?
you are the you of the you.
What is your name?
It's always been the same thing.
You would tell me what your name is.
My name has not changed. It has been the same as it has been since the day I was born.
Right, fine then. James.
To the best of my knowledge.
Jeremy. Rubicon. Corduroys. That's your full name.
Shall we continue?
Yes, Abigail Mowat, Tech Wizard, we shall.
That's not my full name.
No, I know. Your full name is James, Jeremy, Gary, Rebecca, Rubicon, Orange Calypso, Corduroy Trousers.
Strange man.
I was trying to remember the words I had said. Okay, so, what have you been doing? What have you been playing?
Well, we played a bit of the First Division.
Yes, we did actually.
And we actually got into it.
Yes, it was a lot better than the first time we
Yeah.
played it, where it was completely unbalanced.
Yeah, but I think this time getting into it, it was a bit easy. It was a bit easy. It was challenging.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot, I think, parts where you got very angry at me because I couldn't get to the right cover or I was shooting at the wrong person. I think I killed you once. I don't know for certain. One of us is very hungry at the moment, and I think that's being picked up on the microphone.
Yeah. No, I wasn't angry at you. It was just a bit of
Frustration
that I was running into a fight and expecting you to be somewhere, and then you couldn't for a legitimate reason, but instead of saying it to me, I can't because of this, or I can't get there, or whatever, you would just say, all right, I can't do that. I'll just go over here and do this thing, but not tell me. So I expected you to be there, and then when I'd turn around and you weren't there. I'm like, what in the... Who?
I got better at it though as we went on.
Yeah, it was just about saying actually.
Because I forgot I had to actually acknowledge what I was doing because I forgot you couldn't see the screen.
Yeah.
So I have split moments where I keep forgetting that.
That I'm not able to see exactly what you're doing. If you don't tell me, then I can't adapt what I'm doing, and I expect you to be there. So I'll go up on the left thinking you're going up on the right, and then you're not, and then I'm just stuck trying to do a one-man surround maneuver.
Yeah.
It's just, it just doesn't really. Yeah, that's.
I did save you a few times.
Mhm.
I managed to stay alive long enough to do that, and I remembered what buttons did. But every other time I had to go, how do you throw a grenade again?
Oh, that took ages.
Yeah, your tummy keeps rumbling.
Yeah, we'll just have to...
Sorry for the noise, it is his stomach.
Yeah, that is my belly. Weird. But yeah, it's just... It took like 5-10 minutes to work out what you were doing wrong with throwing a grenade. I still can't remember.
I think I was holding the button down.
You were holding left on the D as opposed to pressing.
Yeah.
On the D-pad, sorry. As opposed to pressing. And so it meant you were bringing up the
selection
for the different types of grenades as opposed to just bringing up the grenade and throwing it.
Yeah. So we're going to have to speed through this because I cannot actively listen. I don't want them actively listening to you saying how hungry you are in your tummy.
So I thought it was much better.
That made no sense what I just said.
Yeah. I thought it was much better balanced, but I think the issue was that we've still got to figure out was it better balanced than at the start of the game? Or is it just that we were a couple of levels higher, so we were doing things because we were more powerful?
Yeah.
Or was it just better balanced? I thought it was better balanced. Yeah.
And I've got some cool mods now from my guns.
Aye, and we've got better weapons, although I still think 2 is better.
Yeah, I got a red gun in that. I was happy with that.
Yeah. And we did a proper mission.
Yeah, we did a few proper missions.
Yeah, we did some proper missions, and that got much better. I think the toys are better in the second game than in the first one, like the bombs and the turrets and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
Like the medical...
the special powers aren't that great, in my opinion.
The abilities, no, because the first one for medicine is a scan, and it shows up on everybody else's, so you can see where all the threats are, but that's not as good as a turret.
No.
It just goes and kills everything.
No.
So, it's not as good, but it's It was way. It was a
It's
lot
a lot
of fun.
better than the last time we played, because this one we actively kept wanting to play, and then we were kept looking at the clock, and it's like, oh, you're gonna have to go to bed because you got school in the morning.
Ah, yeah, uni the next day, yeah. But it was better than first time, where it was like, can we stop now? But it's not as good as the second game.
No.
Yeah, I thought it's at the very least, I think we would play through the story.
Yeah.
I think it's worth that.
The only thing that's kind of throwing me off, I don't know if is it just my game or is it also your game, where like the lip sync is slightly off by maybe about 2 seconds.
2 seconds?
Like, well, maybe a second or so, because I feel like the lip movements don't fully sync up with the audio.
Not 2 seconds. Not a second. 0.2 seconds.
Well, it's slightly off.
Well, in that case, I'll have a look next time we play. I haven't noticed it too bad, but I have noticed a bit every now and again.
Yeah.
But I've not noticed anything too bad, so I'll pay attention to it and see.
Okay. Because I don't know if maybe it was just my Xbox, because the other day I was on my Xbox and my headset just decided not to work.
That happens with me sometimes. You got to turn the controller off and unplug it and then do everything again.
Yeah.
Sometimes that just
Because
happens.
I was also having trouble installing the Batman Telltale.
Yeah, Batman Telltale game.
And also
free.
what's it, this Sticks or something like that? The other
Yeah,
game,
Sticks.
the Goblin
Sticks.
game.
Yeah, he's a thief and it's a stealth game.
Well, I managed to I had to use my phone to download them. I couldn't actually. It would not let me download it via the Xbox. But I did look online, and other people are also having that problem. And I also asked you, and you said you were having that problem.
Yeah, I got Sticks okay, but I didn't get Batman. I had to use my phone for that.
Yeah,
So
which I told you about the phone thing.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
Just in case anybody is having that problem.
Yeah. You can go. Basically, you can download the Xbox app, and you can buy things that way. But if you've got gold, you can also access the free games that way. So yeah.
Yeah, you can go to. It's a bit tricky to find. I can't remember where I actually found it, but if you go through all the different options on the left hand side, you'll eventually see an option to install. The gold stuff.
Yeah, but I'll quickly go through this next story, and then through what I've been playing, and we'll go into the stories, because I think you need to eat something.
I need to say what I've been playing.
Well, what have you been playing?
No, you go first.
What have you been playing?
No, you go first.
What have you been playing?
I played a bit of Empire, just still ticking through that. I'm doing very well. I think the game, it's just a matter of can I get everything done in time, because I've absolutely smashed the spine of the biggest. I can't even build heavy first rates yet, and I have basically no competition, navally speaking. I've already taken all of the Americas bar one territory.
Yeah.
And then I'll move across to India, and then the good thing about India is that once you've dropped your armies off, you can just leave them, because they can march into Europe.
Yeah.
They don't need to take them by boat back out.
Mm-hmm.
So they can then take Europe from the other side, essentially.
Yeah. Okay.
And I can drop off all my armies, and the question becomes, do I drop off my America army in India or in Europe? But who cares? I'll figure something out.
Maybe also figure out one day to actually keep talking at a louder level.
What are you talking about? What is going on? No, I know what you mean. I sort of slack off halfway through speaking. Yeah,
slap
you're
you
right.
awake.
I have actually started Jurassic Park Evolution, is it called?
Is that the one that was free?
Yeah, and you build a park. Yeah.
I've not played that yet.
It's quite interesting. But what was interesting was that you unlock the second island when you get to 3 stars on your first one.
Right.
And I got there quite comfortably, no issues. And then something went wrong. When I was making more and more dinosaurs, suddenly they started to get out. But I had a scan of the cage.
Yeah.
And they're not, they're not going through the walls. They're still, the walls are all still intact. But a Triceratops ended up outside. And I don't know how
Teleportation
that happened.
powers.
I think what might have happened is that somebody used a gate to get in, like a jeep, so they could.
Yeah.
Because you've got to medicate the dinosaurs if they get ill.
Yeah.
And shoot them. So if a door opened, the Triceratops could have just walked out of the door.
Yeah.
And then started to maul and gore all the guests.
Scary.
If you release a carnivore, they will eat all of the guests. They will walk around the park and just eat everyone.
Wow.
And you'll see them eat the person.
I don't want to think of that, to be
Yeah.
perfectly honest, at this point in
But
time.
it's actually pretty good. It's not as bad as you think. It's not like, oh god, I need to make sure I make money. The parks, contrary to what they end up talking about in the story, in the movies, sorry, is they do make money themselves, basically.
Okay.
You don't have to worry about it that much.
I've only ever seen... I think I've only ever seen I'm sure I've seen more than one Jurassic Park. I think I've seen the first two, like the original ones. But
What about Jurassic World?
no, I've not seen any of the new ones.
No, they sort of go on about how they have to make sure everybody wants to come to the park.
I've
and
not
make
seen the
money.
third one yet, but I've seen clips of it.
The third one?
There's one of Jeff Goldblum. I'm pretty sure that's the third one.
Second one?
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh. I keep thinking there's a third one.
No, 2.
Oh.
There's 3 parks and 2 worlds.
Oh, maybe that's where I'm getting confused. Oh, I've seen the ones with Sam Neill. The first 2. I don't know if he's any of the others.
He's seen both the movies with Sam Neill.
I've seen the one with the first one,
Uh-huh.
and then I've seen that one where he's like on a plane, he has a dream, and the dinosaur turns around and says, "Alan," and he wakes up, or whatever it is.
That's the third one, not the second one.
You just told me there was only 2 original ones.
No, there's 3 parks and 2 worlds.
Okay, I know I've seen the first 2. I think I've seen clips from the third one, which is the one with the airplane nightmare thing.
Right, so the second one is with Jeff Goldblum.
I've lost track of which ones I've watched. I've definitely watched the first one.
Right, the second Jurassic Park movie has Jeff Goldblum as the main character.
If I've watched it, it's been a long time since I've watched it.
Right.
I don't know if I've watched it or if I've just watched people watch it. You know what I mean? Like reviews.
Yeah. Anyway.
I'm getting confused now.
The third one is the
Who
one
are
that I
you?
don't really like.
What's
very
going
much.
on?
Yeah, so I tried that, and it's a wee thing to tick across in the background. I don't think it has enough challenge or depth. Or
It's just
anything
like a
that.
little distraction.
It's just a wee thing. But I do have some good news. Remember last week
Yes?
when we were talking about Game Pass?
Yes?
And we were talking about...
It's back on Game Pass.
No, it's not. It went on sale.
Yeah.
This is Lego City Undercover went on sale.
Yes?
From 50 quid down
Yes.
to 13 and a half.
Yes?
12 and a half.
Carry on, please. This is taking a while.
What?
What's the end of the story?
I bought it
Well done.
because it's reduced to 12 and a half pounds.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, so it went on a big sale. So I purchased it because I said I'd buy it if it was less than 20, so it was. So I'm playing that. So
They listened to you.
Yeah.
Even before the podcast went out, they could sense Tommy Anderson in Scotland will not be happy with this. We must reduce it further.
I'm not sure if it was the Game Pass sale or just a different one that happened to coincide with it coming off Game Pass.
Yeah.
Like the publisher had a sale, but it's really, really good. I'm very happy about that because I was
That's
really
good.
thoroughly enjoying playing that game, and it's a good wee distraction because you're having it on for 20 minutes, or you can have it on for a few hours. And,
Yeah.
And you can enjoy it either way.
It's cool.
So yeah, I'm really happy about that.
And I have been playing and finished, not Secret Game. Let's never discuss Secret Game. But I finished Halo 2 because I got past the point where I was very, very confused about, where I got stuck. I think I'm kind of annoyed at the fact that I was stuck on that bit for so long.
Uh-huh.
I think it spoiled the rest of it for me. Because there's not that much between where I got stuck,
You were stuck in the
like just before
last
the
mission,
end.
basically.
Yeah. So I feel like there wasn't enough of a, yay, I finished it, let's continue, because it was a bit...
It wasn't the actual final battle, but it wasn't far enough before it for you to
enjoy the game a bit more.
So I think you need another playthrough.
Yeah, but I will say that I personally found the last bit very anticlimactic. I just found it very boring.
What?
Yeah,
I've never heard anyone describe that bit.
I
as
just found it
boring.
really anticlimactic. I can't talk about what was because you don't like
Yeah.
spoilers, but I'll talk about it. I'll talk about it off air.
Right. Okay. Fair enough.
With you, describing what I don't know if it's. I honestly don't know if it's just because I was stuck on that bit for so long.
That was the problem. Yeah.
But I just found it. I think that because there was so many gaps between playing, because I would go away for a few months and then not play it because I was stuck. Maybe I lost track of what the storyline was, because there was a bit right at the very end which I was like, I don't understand what's going on here. But maybe, like you say, if I have another playthrough of it,
Yeah.
I would enjoy it a little bit more, and the storyline would be a lot more cohesive.
Aye.
Yeah, but it was interesting. I still prefer the first one. I'm not gonna lie. I found like that was a little bit more interesting. But again, I don't know if it's just because I left. But I tell you what, I kind of had the same feeling after playing the first one, like the very first time,
Right, okay.
because there was such a lot in between of me playing, actually finishing it. Because I'd play it for like a week and then I'd go off on a break for 2 weeks and do that. And then I think the time where I just did it my entire self, yeah, I enjoyed it more. But I don't know if that's because I just got in the story, I kind of like got locked in my head, so I knew exactly what was going to be happening.
Yeah.
But it was fun. I'm not going to lie, it was fun. New challenges, new baddies.
Did you do the dual wielding?
Not a lot, no.
Oh, I love the dual wielding.
No.
They had to take it out because it was too powerful.
Yeah.
So if you're dual wielding a pair of needlers, you're completely unstoppable.
I never used the needlers because I just found like they were just totally pointless.
And see if you dual wield needlers against like elites, you'll absolutely fry them with it would take you like 10 milliseconds because it takes so many before you get a super combine explosion.
If I used dual wielding, I would use the blasty ones, the little lasers. I can't remember what they're called.
None of those were actually words.
Laser was a word. The things that would overheat if you shot them for too long.
The plasma pistol?
Yes, that's the word.
No, you want. I know why you would say that, but what you probably want would be a plasma pistol.
And
plasma pistol or a rifle.
The ones that are red.
Brute plasma rifle.
I don't know. It was red.
The gun was red.
Yeah.
So
it was like.
It was blue coming out.
Yeah.
Right, that's a brute plasma rifle. So if you combine that with a plasma pistol.
What's a plasma pistol?
That's the green one. Because if you supercharge that, you'll take their shields off. If you charge it up and then release it,
I can't visualize what it actually looks like.
It's a tiny little thing that just sits there, right? A green ball that fires, and it takes the shields down.
I still can't visualize it.
Do you remember the beginning of the mission, Two Betrayals, where you start with a shotgun? It's inside the control room in the first game.
Kind of.
And you get attacked by 4 sentinels once the video stops.
Kind of. No.
Okay. Well, it's the plasma pistol is the little gun with the green ball that when you charge it up...
I can't think of this green ball thing.
It's just a shot. It's a green shot.
I know, but I can't think of it.
Well, think of the blue one, but it's green. And it hits and takes the shields off.
I tell you what weapon I really liked.
Okay.
The one where you could like zoom in. It was like a sniper but laser.
It's a Covenant sniper rifle, yeah.
I like that.
Yeah,
that
like
was
that
fun.
Too. Yeah.
That was fun.
You know what gun's really good?
What?
The Covenant carbine.
I used that and I wasn't that impressed with it.
I think that's because you need to... What do you think of the assault rifle being changed to a battle rifle?
That's one of the human ones, isn't it?
It's the assault rifle's not in the game for the second one. So the assault rifle in the first game is the one with 60 rounds of ammunition.
Yeah, there's less ammunition.
It's a battle rifle now, so it fires a burst of 3 shots with a scope on top.
Yeah.
I had a lot of people complaining about that gun.
I didn't like it.
See, that gun is massively powerful, but you have to be good with it to use it.
Yeah.
That's the problem. It's the same with the carbine. You have to be able to be accurate, but if you are, it's massively powerful.
Yeah.
I still think the assault rifle could have been in that game, but I think they replaced it with the SMGs, was what they were thinking.
Yeah, I hardly used for most of the game, I think I used alien weapons. I didn't really use the human weapons apart from that rifle. The one with like the little green glowing thing on it, like the shotgun, sorry, not rifle.
Yeah, shotgun.
Yeah.
Did you notice the change with the shotgun?
More powerful, less ammunition.
Less ammunition.
Yeah.
Because it was too powerful in the first one.
I found more ammunition around.
No, but you can't. It's not got 12 in the gun. You have to, doesn't it? It's down to 6. Yeah, It's down to 6.
No, it's down to 12. It's still 12.
Down to 30 is what you hold. So they have what you're holding, not what's in it, yeah?
I don't know.
No, it's one of the two. And the pistol's useless now.
Yeah,
The human pistol compared to but that's why the shotgun from the first game.
Yeah.
Well, the shotgun in general basically doesn't change ever because it's just perfect. The pistol from the first game and the battle rifle from the second game are considered massively powerful weapons in the history of Halo.
Yeah.
Because they hold, like the pistol holds 120 rounds if you include the 12 in it. And, you know, it's got a scope, and the battle rifle holds whatever, and it's got a scope, 140. And that wee scope, that's the point, is if you hit what you're aiming at with that scope, you will kill it.
Yeah.
You know, you will, with a full magazine, you will do a lot of damage.
Anywho, I finished it. I managed to get past the part that was impossible for me.
Yeah, which is Banshee's part.
Yeah.
Because they change a lot up, it becomes an awful lot quicker, that second game, you know?
Yeah.
A lot more accurate. You have to be accurate with your weaponry as well.
Mm-hmm.
I prefer it. I just think it's a bit crisper in that way.
No, I definitely thought I liked the introduction of some of the new weapons. So that was fun. And also I just liked how powerful that plasma rifle is. Is that what you called it? No.
The sniper rifle.
Yeah, plasma sniper rifle. That is
Beam
really
rifle.
Beam rifle.
Beam
That
rifle.
is super powerful.
Aye.
Yeah.
It's their sniper rifle.
Yeah, but it's super powerful. It's brilliant because literally from quite a while away, you're just able to take people out quite easily. There was a part where I could literally just stand on a balcony, and there's like another part of a ship or a building or something like that on the other side, and I was literally just able to pick them off one by one quite easily from where I was. And then if I ran out of ammo, just go get another gun and just keep going at it. That's literally just how I did that bit.
Yeah.
Which was pretty fun. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I'm like, haha, I now know stuff to do.
What about the brute shot?
Totally pointless in my opinion. It had its moments, but for the most part, I just found it totally useless.
I love the brute shot.
You've got like 4 things in it, and then you have to get rid of it and get something else.
What?
You've got like 4 shots, and then that's it.
No, you reload the brute shot.
To me, it's never done that.
The brute shot is the one with the blade on the bottom, and you fire grenades out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, pointless.
No, I love that. I used to use that all the time.
Yeah, I don't like it.
You just have to aim it right so that the grenades hit them, basically, or bounce into them.
But overall, good game, but I enjoyed the first one better. But I don't know if that's just because I left such a gap in between playing this one.
Yeah.
But I could just hear your heart breaking at the fact of me saying I didn't like it as much as the first one.
I think the thing is that you have to play a game. You're still at the stage where you pick up a game slower. So you have to play it through to then say, right, I know what I'm doing now, and then you play it through to see what you think, because I think that's what happened with Halo 1.
Yeah.
Also, you have to play it through with me in co-op, because eventually, because when I've got the time, because that allows you to see what that part of it's like.
Yeah, I also enjoy it more when I play it with you.
Yeah. Because it is, a lot of games are more fun. I think that though might be temporary from the point of view of that sort of enjoying it. It will be a different type of enjoyment eventually, because you will be able to play a game by yourself and just flow into it straight away.
Yeah.
So it won't become a better, it will become a different.
Right.
So you'll be able to sit there and play a game single player and really like it, and then sit and play with other people and really like it, and then play competitively and really like it. You build that up.
Yeah.
But everybody does like playing with other people more. It's just I'm a bit of a loner in the way that
I know you're a bit of a loner.
When I'm playing story, I don't want people talking to me, because then I can't concentrate.
Oh yeah, I know, because I get basically told to shut up if there's stuff going on.
Yeah, because I want to see it. That's why I'm.
Even though you've played it before many times.
Yeah. Well, it's Halo. If it's good, I want to see it.
So that's what I've been playing.
What did you think of the vehicles, just lastly?
Yeah, they were cool. A lot easier than the first one, I'm not going to lie.
Are there new vehicles?
Yes, there are new vehicles. Can't remember off the top of my head, but I remember there were new vehicles. It was like so far into the, like, so long ago I played that bit of the game. I'm trying to remember.
So I think the big change is that you're now able to drive the Wraiths.
What's a Wraith?
The tank, the alien tank. The one that goes boof and fires.
I can't remember doing that. Maybe I did, but I just can't think off the top of my head.
I'm pretty certain you can drive a Wraith by that point. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty certain you can.
Oh. Okay, then I'll play through it again.
And the vehicles now can get destroyed. The human ones can get blown up.
Oh yeah.
They're not immortal.
Yeah. 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 But again, it was interesting. There was certain aspects of the game which were quite interesting points where I kept getting confused what I was doing, like in terms of who my enemy was.
Because there's a lot more to the story. I feel on that front. Yeah, first one's almost a bit more horror-y, almost in a way.
Yeah.
And the second one's a bit more
complex.
Yeah, a little bit more almost political as well.
Yeah.
I really liked it for that reason because it added so much to the idea.
One thing that still bugs me is like if you misjudge a jumping distance and you just fall, I am so fed up of hearing that falling noise now. Like that, it's like, and then it's like,
Oh, his death noise. When he hits that part where the game auto kills him and he goes.
It just annoys me. It's just annoying me now. That's my one and only criticism. So I cannot escape out of that bit fast enough.
We won't give away too many details here, right? But what did you think of some of the characters in this game?
I felt like it was more story driven than the first one.
Mm-hmm.
I got a bit more into the lore of the game, of the world, which I thought was quite interesting. There were some bits that definitely kind of, I don't know if it's just because of the look of it, kind of reminded me of a bit like Star Wars-y type of thing. There was like some aliens that kind of reminded me of something from Star Wars, like the prequels.
Yeah, well, they've got energy swords as well.
Yeah, so, but yeah, it was more interesting because I felt like this was definitely more story driven than the first one. There was a lot more cutscenes. Personally, I felt like there was.
Aye, there's also more missions.
Yes.
So there would be more cutscenes because of that.
Yeah.
It was 15 as opposed to 10.
Yeah, and then you get introduced to new characters, some characters that you've had before, so.
Yeah, and some new ones, yeah.
That's what I said, some new ones and some ones you've had before.
Sorry, I misheard that, but I was just thinking there that it is the biggest Halo game for a number of missions.
Yeah.
The others are. I
it
think
definitely felt
12?
like it definitely felt like it took a long time.
Aye.
I.
What difficulty were you on?
Heroic.
That's pretty good.
I think.
I haven't played that game through on Legendary because when I was younger I just couldn't do it.
No. Maybe we can do it together.
I'll have to try it myself first. I will have to try it myself first to know that I am a big boy with big boy pants. Let's
move on to the stories. The story that we wish to discuss. Because I'm starting to lag, because I'm starting to get a bit hungry.
What else were we talking about? What else was I playing? Is that it? Oh, I've been playing a load of games on my phone, just testing these games out so I can talk about them in the future.
I downloaded and played Claw-E and Toreba, the Claw Machine games.
Oh, goodness. After we went to the cinema.
Yeah. No, the other day I did it. I downloaded them, but the problem is like, it's obviously, you only, like, Toreba, I think you get 5 free goes to play the claw machines. So basically both these games work under the same principle. You've got credits and you have access to real claw machine or arcade machine games in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
And you remotely control these via your phone.
Right.
So you get 5 free goes on Toreba, and you have to try and get these things. But again, it's like a traditional claw. It's not. Some of them don't look the same, but it works on the same principle. You try and get a prize, and it's not going to work. And then you've used your free goes, and then you have to buy a TP. I don't know what that actually stands for.
Toilet paper.
Yeah, but some of these games can cost like 2,000 to actually play, and you get like 5,000 for £6, which is rubbish.
It's just a hook to get you in the free ones.
Yeah, but it's fun. It was fun just to have a flutter on the free ones.
And then you just... Yeah.
Claw-E, I think, is a bit more reasonable because that gives you... Each play costs a certain amount of coins, and you get, I think, 450 or some of that free coins to begin with. And then it has like different levels, so you can go on the beginner one, but each of those costs 200 coins. But those ones are pretty easy to get because I won 2 things. But in order for it to be delivered, I have to pay like $3.99 to become a VIP, but just $3.99, that's it.
Right.
One-off payment.
Right.
and then it would take like 7 weeks to get here. I'm like, it's not worth it.
Right.
I've technically won a pencil case and a necklace, but I can't be bothered paying the $3.99 to get those delivered to me. But again, you have to pay for the coins. I think Claw-E have a system where you can earn free coins where you go play other games, but it's not that great. I think that most people will play this just for the heck of it. Like, they don't mind paying £30 to get, 30,000 30,000 coins or something like akin to that.
Right.
But yeah, it was just fun. Just
a wee fun with the free stuff.
Yeah.
And that's that.
One day I'm going to take you to the place where I know there's a bunch of arcades, and then we'll play all these arcade games, and we'll get the tickets, and then we'll exchange the tickets.
Buy really bad pizza.
No, there's no pizza, but there's a fish and chip shop just down the road.
Oh, cool, no.
We could also play some pool.
Buy battered haggis.
Oh, it's disgusting.
I think that's the only battered thing I can eat.
I think that's says more about you than the batter itself.
It's just the batter whenever they do haggis is always thinner than maybe a Savoy I could do, but fish is always a whole load of extra batter.
Yeah, I'm not good. But then that's why people like it.
But it's why I can't eat it.
What if you did your own battered fish? You could probably not have a lot of batter on it and then fry it.
I'd rather just eat the fish. Yeah.
I've had very lightly battered fish. It's very nice. When I went to Greece, we had like little whole, probably about half the size of an anchovy almost, whole, and just quickly, lightly, very, very lightly battered and deep fried, and then just eat them whole, and it's delicious.
I'm not sure.
It wasn't because it like you could see the fish. Yeah. That's what I mean. That's how lightly battered it was.
Well, my idea for the haggis would be, if you see the problem is always you can cut off the ends if they're bad, and the bit in the middle is always thin.
Yeah.
So that's why that works quite well.
I think we're getting too much off topic here. Let's move on to the story, because it's now at a certain time and I want to eat my lunch. Yeah,
what we just... So yeah,
Claw-E,
are you still playing that Harry Potter game?
No.
Oh, you should be.
I got bored of it.
It gets interesting.
Yeah, but I got bored of it.
Right, fine. I'm playing this new thing called about vampires at the minute. I just tried, and it looks really quite in-depth, so if it's any good, I'll let you know.
Okay. So there's only one story we have to talk about today, and it's just a quick one regarding Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, it was the only one that I felt was... because there were other things, lots of people at the minute are talking about they're using previous stories to talk about things.
Yeah.
But we've already done that.
Okay.
There's no point in rehashing over.
So anyway, we're going to be talking about the game that's going to be released. Is that
this year's
Assassin's Creed, which some people are speculating is going to be called Ragnarok.
Its code name is Kingdom at the moment.
Yeah.
I could foresee it being called Valhalla.
Yeah, because there's posters in the Division 2 which have Valhalla on them.
They're supposed to be the teasers, because it's a Viking holding a piece of Eden.
Which isn't something new, because they've been doing that in movies for a while. Do you remember? I think it was in... it was either one of the Batman movies or the Superman movie, where they had a poster for the next movie, for Batman v Superman or something like this.
I've not actually seen Batman v Superman, because I just...
Well, it's in the background. It's like you'd have to zoom in on it, kind of thing. It's not in your face.
Right.
So I've not spoiled anything for you there.
Right, okay. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that I haven't watched them, because I watched Aquaman, and it's just...
I've not seen that.
Oh, no. It takes the story... See, if you want to watch that story, watch Throne of Atlantis. It's the animated one.
Watch Little Mermaid.
No, it's Throne of Atlantis. They basically steal everything from that.
Okay.
So just watch that.
Okay.
And it's a better story.
Anywho, so...
A better iteration of it.
Ragnarok, or what did you say its codename is at the moment?
Kingdom.
So people have been talking about it, and they have been saying that this should be...
well, it's one article written for Forbes, I believe.
Yes. Basically saying that Ubisoft should make this main character purely female and not have any other choices, because of the fact that I can never pronounce his name right. Alexios.
Allianz, anyone?
Alexios from Odyssey.
Assassin's Creed Odyssey, yes.
Was not great, but Cassandra was amazing. But
in their
opinion.
Yeah. But
we discussed that when that game came out, and we both agreed. well, I think we both agreed that one of the reasons why Cassandra was getting such a lot of hype is because just the actress was better at actually acting out.
Well, that's the whole idea, is that they actually in the article said that the acting out, that's the way we put it.
Acting out.
The lady that acted
Going
Cassandra.
in that booth every day and just acting out.
Yeah, but I heard a lot as well. Do you see, when Mass Effect was released, I heard a lot of people saying that the Mass Effect female voice actor is better than the male.
Yeah.
I disagree. I actually felt the male was better because his weird, it's sort of this weird deadpan way in which it's delivered actually suits the character, because when he does get worked up it feels more, whereas when the woman gets worked up, I feel that the only way the woman gets worked up in a way that makes sense is when she's like doing something evil.
Yeah.
So for me, they were just two different. They were different. That's they were two different characters. TWO different characters. And so I play an evil woman and a good man. That's the way I work it, because I think it works better. I haven't played Odyssey. All I've got to run on is people saying that the woman is better than the man, and I've seen a few clips, and I think it's the same thing. He plays a bit more dead. I think you could play as a good woman with her, but I don't think he would necessarily. It's still, he's a bit more deadpan, she's a bit more energetic, but there's times when it doesn't suit.
Yeah.
When she's like bouncing off the walls talking about something that doesn't suit it, and he's deadpan. So basically you end up with, I think at worst it would be funny that it didn't suit the situation, and that's kind of okay. As long as it doesn't kill the flow and it doesn't kill your immersion, then you're fine. But for me, the issue is a lot of people were saying that she was better. And we spoke about this before, and we said, well, if that's true, we'll take that at face value. Then this is exactly what we were told wouldn't happen when everybody was saying, make female characters, make games that are more inclusive for women. You will not lose anything from that. It will just give us something. And then that character comes out and the male version's rubbish. If we take that as read, right? Now, if we take that as not the case, because now we've got a lot of people coming out defending Alexios, it turns out 2/3 of people played Alexios over Cassandra. Basically, the other team just bigged it up a bit more. So now we've got this situation where either they were right and they already took it away from us by putting more effort into Cassandra, or they were wrong, but now they're trying to take it away. Because the conclusion of the Forbes essay piece was
that this character should only be female, not actually give you a choice in the matter of whether you can play as a male or female.
Yes, because while Alexios and Cassandra were a brother and sister, just like Evie and her brother, and everybody again said Evie was better, although Jacob I actually think was funnier. I think they were just different. I think he was a bit funnier and she was a bit more serious.
Yeah.
And this person is now saying that there shouldn't be a male option, because only 1/3 of people took the female, and in their opinion the female was far better and it made the game worse to play as the man. And so 2/3 of people, because they're stuck in their ways, the majority of the player base is male, so most of them went with the man, because they're stuck in their ways, they had a lesser experience, so they should have been forced to play as the woman because it was better. And so that person believes that now the choice should be taken away and you should be made to play as a woman. They're using the argument that there was lots of times they were made to play as a man before, but frankly they had to bend the rules a lot to allow you to play as a woman when Syndicate came out, because the original lore of the game doesn't really allow you to be a woman. So also, women were not arguing, people were not arguing for women to take over. They were arguing for women to be given the same shot.
Yeah, equality.
So that doesn't really work. The representation for me has to take into account the story you're trying to tell.
Yes.
But in this instance, you could be a man or a woman and it worked fine. So that's absolutely fine. There's no harm. You can pick between them. In the case of Syndicate, they used both interchangeably. I think you could sometimes choose. I think sometimes they made you, depending on the story. Yeah. That's fine as well. But this person's decided that Cassandra was better. Everybody who played as Alexios should not have been allowed to do that. They lessened the game for themselves because they're stuck in their own ways of doing it. I'm not going to say chauvinistic, but let's suggest that might be what's being suggested. And so they should be made to play as a woman so that they can understand.
Sorry, I've interrupted you.
It was just the fact that the writer, male or female, said that the people who were stuck in their ways of picking male characters, and that's why they shouldn't be allowed to.
Yeah.
And I can't help but feel, well, it's too late, because it's Cassandra you're talking about. We have no idea if the female version of this character coming up is going to be better. There's also the fact that it's not a brother and sister combo. It's one character that you decide if they're male or female.
Mm-hmm.
Secondly, why would you take the choice away? Because that's originally the whole argument. You don't have to stop being a male character, just make female characters.
Yeah.
So when it's appropriate, give us a choice. When it's not, you pick, but just try not to constantly make it a man.
Mm-hmm. Coming from this as somebody who's obviously just getting it still, after a year, still getting into this world, I can sort of understand why in the past loads of games were mainly male. Like, it was just a male character.
You catered to the audience.
Yes, because at one point, the majority of gamers were male.
Mm-hmm.
But now the female gaming community is on the rise.
Yeah.
And they're wanting to be able to play as a woman. So yes, make it adjust your belief system and have male and female male lead. Try that again. Have both a male and a female lead. Either a game that you can interchange between the two of them, or one option where you can play the entire game as a male or play the entire game as a female.
Or have games in which you are forced to be a woman and other ones where you're forced to be a man.
Yeah.
Like, one of my favourites is Remember Me, and you have to play a woman in that because that's what the story is.
Yeah.
No, I had no problem with that.
No.
When I'm given a choice, I pick a man.
Because I feel like there's quite a lot of maybe independent games that are coming out which are reflective of one person's not personality, but experiences, life experiences.
Mm-hmm.
Because there are people that make games which kind of try and symbolize their depression, their anxiety,
Mm-hmm.
their lives. I don't think that's an appropriate time where you can say this has to be a man, this has to be a woman. If it's a person's own personal experience, that should be on their gender, or whatever they decide that gender should be.
If it suits, then that's fine.
Yeah. But talk about a big corporate game like it's Ubisoft, isn't it, that made this?
Well, it's the fact that the story doesn't necessarily require you to be a woman. Assassin's Creed Odyssey, you could be a man through that story. They're complaining about the acting quality.
Yeah.
And saying now that you should be banned from being a man because of...
No, that's incorrect. I think that...
Are you saying I'm wrong or they are? Sorry.
They are.
Right.
I don't think that you should... It's Ubisoft's decision on why they chose that gentleman to play that character, or how he was directed. I would also like to say, let's not all blame a character. An actor, sometimes it's a director, sometimes it's a script. You don't know what it's going to entirely be. But it's up to you who you choose to be. I think that there will be women out there that choose to play this as a man, and there will be men out there that choose to play this as a woman.
Yeah, but that's the point is that if it was wrong to force women to play as men, which I don't think it was a market decision. It wasn't a societal one.
Yeah.
We've adapted because now women are saying, actually, we are here playing them. And
but I mean, look at the old stereotypes of 80s tropes, 90s tropes. It was, if it was mainly set in America, it was teenage boys that were in an arcade. It wasn't girls. I mean, if you look at The Simpsons or something like that from back in the 90s or the late 80s, it was mainly young men that were in arcades and things like this. Same through pop culture and pretty much any television show from that time or movie from that time. It's only in recent years have we seen a more diverse of genders within an arcade situation. I mean, just take a look at Wreck-It Ralph, for example. A couple of the main characters that were female, and also a lot of the patrons of the arcade were also female.
Yeah.
So that shows you just how far, because I mean, if this movie was set 20 years ago, there's a good chance that most of these would just be male. All the people in the arcade, for example.
But in fairness, that's because the majority of gamers are.
Yes, but what I'm saying is how the public perceive it. Whereas now, even the public, not even even non-gamers are starting to see that women are gaming now as well.
It's this weird eye for an eye attitude that I don't understand, you know?
Yeah.
It's this whole, well, you got it wrong before, so we're now going to deliberately do the same thing.
Yeah. See, I don't agree with the fact that just because there's not been a more inclusive market in the past, that we should, again, make it uninclusive for the other half.
Yeah.
No, if you want to make it inclusive for everybody.
Mm-hmm. If you don't, then you have to go with a different parameter.
If you don't, then it's positive discrimination.
Well, you have to go with a different parameter. You have to go with market. You have to go with the person writing the story. You have to, it's market methodology. You go with who it's going to sell the most.
Yeah.
End of story.
It's a bit like a good example, I suppose, is the fact that the writer of James Bond, the
Aye.
movies, has come out and said there will not be a female James Bond. James Bond is a male character. What we should be doing is including new characters who are female, who have just as much responsibility, if not more, maybe even more, than James Bond.
Why more?
Well,
That's the same.
I mean,
They did that, though.
how to describe? I know, because
They did that with M.
That's what I was saying. I was literally just about to say that. If you gave me a minute, I'm going. If you ever watched James Bond movie, James
Judy.
Dame Judi Dench. Who in that room do you think has more power, James Bond or Judi Dench? It was Judi Dench every single time.
I love it how one is being referred to as the actress and the other is being referred to as the character name. It's confusing.
Judi Dench is Judi Dench.
Judi Dench is M.
Judi Dench.
Judi Dench acts as Judi Dench.
As
being
M.
M.
But I mean, in any
She
respect,
yeah.
you knew she had more power than him. Like, she didn't have to say it. Nobody had to acknowledge that. You just knew because of the presence and everybody in the room around her.
And the fact that he is still obeying her orders. He might be the one running around saving her life, right? But she's
she's calling the shots.
Yeah, exactly. The two different jobs. You can't equate them.
Yeah, but so what I'm saying is don't obliterate one type of character. Include new characters.
But that's the whole point, is that it's because of one bad voice actor, in that person's opinion, which I'm probably going to disagree with. Either they're already right, in which case they've already done that thing they shouldn't have done, or they're now trying to, and they're wrong.
Yeah.
Or they're wrong and now trying to. But they're trying to say that this was better, so in future we shouldn't have the man do it.
No.
And I'm going to use the past male games as an excuse. No. It doesn't make sense because it's Cassandra. You should then be saying is you should patch out Alexios. Well, no, because people want the choice. That's really great, is when the choice should be available, it is.
Yeah.
They're now saying, no, get rid of it. Because,
Can you stop hitting your arm, because it's hitting the microphone as well.
Because they're saying that it's... how shall I put it? They're saying that if it was better, so you shouldn't have the choice, but that's not up to them. Like, I played through Mass Effect with a man because I wanted to feel like I was the character. I did play it through with a woman. I didn't feel as connected.
Yeah.
I played through KOTOR as a man. I played through as a woman. I felt more connected to the man. It doesn't matter if the voice actor's better or the character looks better or whatever.
Yeah.
That connection is important. You connected with Cassandra. That's fine. But that doesn't mean I can't connect with Alexios.
Yeah.
And that is where they're just losing the plot a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And now I think what they're doing, if I'm being honest, is just using some roundabout piece of nonsense, like a tiny bit of evidence or acceptable conversation, to excuse the sort of hyper woke nonsense that they're talking about.
So really. It's a bit like having quotas for things. Like,
aye.
I don't necessarily... I don't believe that we should need quotas, but I understand why they're there. But it annoys me that they have to be there.
The whole issue for me is the fact that you have to have categorical and individual equality.
Yeah.
So you can't now say, well, women were mistreated for this length of time, we now have to mistreat men for that length of time to make it fair.
Yeah,
because then
that's
you're
not how it
mistreating me, and I wasn't there when males were mistreating women. It means categorically you might create a balance, but you're mistreating me. And frankly, a person's more important than a historical category.
Yeah.
Like, I am alive now. You can do something to make my life better or worse. You can't do anything about the dead for hundreds of years.
Yeah.
That's where this
ended
comes.
on a bit of a more serious note than we expected to.
Yeah, but that's where it comes from. The person's using... I don't think this person genuinely does believe that character was so much better that the male shouldn't have been there, because they're being far too aggressive and forceful, bringing up far too many sexist arguments for that to be it. It doesn't make sense.
Well, we're running over a little bit there, so we quickly need to wrap this up, I'm afraid.
We need to stop and listen. So what we're going to do, just for a second, and we're not going to let you hear this because we might get in trouble, but you don't have to pause it. We could just... Okay, so we're going to pause the recording, and we're going to listen to a voice comparison and see if we agree, okay? And then we'll tell you what we think.
Okay.
Okay, we'll see you in a moment. Okay, so
We're back.
yeah, we're back, and we did have a wee listen. Now, none of the lines really were the same lines.
We couldn't find like hi, my name is
Hi, hello, my name is Alexios.
Hello, my name is Cassandra. We
Yeah.
couldn't find stuff like that, but it was close enough.
Yeah, they were finishing each other's sentences in the ones that we found.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts on the comparison?
My comparison was the fact that I felt like Alexios was more like rough and
Yeah.
mumbly a little bit, whereas Cassandra was more enunciated and a little bit more lively.
Yeah, so
Like it's actually happening.
like I was saying, he was a bit more deadpan, she was a bit more passionate, but in some situations that'll work better for one than the other.
Yeah.
I think there's actually a quest very early in the game which you can only do if you're Alexios because you need a deep voice to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not
But-
like it's like Cassandra like wandering into like a brothel or something like that, having to pretend to be one of the employees.
No, you just need a deep voice so that people believe that you are a...
No, I'm talking about like if she had to pretend to be somebody that worked there.
Right, yeah. Sure.
It's not going to exactly going to work if he's there going, hello.
Oh, hello, my name is Alexios. I mean Alexandra. No, I know what you mean. But
And it's also not going to work vice versa if she had to do something where she had to like be quite tall and stuff like that.
buff up.
Yeah.
She needs a beard, basically. That's
Yeah.
not going to work. But yeah, so I personally think that it was much of a muchness, just different, really. I think if anything, he might have been given direction to be a little bit more...
That's what I'm saying. Like a lot of
Yeah.
people put blame on actors and writers. Sometimes it's a director's fault, sometimes it's a writer's fault, and then sometimes it's the actor's fault. You don't know for certain.
I don't think he's actually worse. I just think he's different.
Yeah.
But if you don't like the deadpanness, that's a directing choice because they would have stopped him and said, no, be more like Cassandra.
Yeah.
They wouldn't have just accepted a subpar vocal actor and
Yeah.
just decide, unless they were deliberately
So it
trying
might
to
have
sabotage.
been an artistic reason. A directing reason.
Yeah, or they were trying to sabotage the male character to make people play the female, which doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So they were just... So, no, I think that they're just different and that this person connected with Cassandra. And I personally prefer Alexios, but would have no problem playing Cassandra. But I just think that the way I play the game would suit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas it might be different for
Yeah.
other people.
No, I could totally tell. No, yeah. Knowing you, yes, that would make more sense.
Mm.
So your
And-
humour is quite deadpan.
Yeah, it can be. Whereas,
It's a combination of deadpan and just total childishness.
which I think suits Alexios, whereas
Yeah.
you can't stop laughing while talking, so that's a bit more Cassandra. But the point is that I think it's different people.
I like the fact that you think I'm laughing at what you're saying and not just at you.
No, you're laughing at me,
Yeah.
or what you're trying to say, but you're laughing while saying it. But I think that I'm a bit more deadpan. People listening are saying you're more lively and I'm more deadpan. I'm the one falling asleep.
I'm
during
the one
recordings.
saying that I'm more lively and you're more
I'm
deadpan.
agreeing with you. Everybody's agreeing. Anybody listening is saying, yeah, that makes sense. So I will.
If they can actually see my facial expression when I'm actually when you're talking, I'm like, liven it up.
Yeah, wake up a bit.
Wake up.
I think the issue is
I
that
just need some like placards to say wake up.
applause, wake up.
Oh, wake up.
But I think that's the point. I think that's why I went more with some of the male characters and the female ones because, like, I'm quite deadpan unless I'm doing something specific. In which case, then you get it out
Yeah.
of me. That's like
You
the character.
you find things funny. I'm just like, what?
Yeah. Whereas I think that's all it is. I think that the person is either massively loves Cassandra or is, I think, more likely using this for some sort of woke argument.
Yeah.
And it's just a case of personal preference. They've connected with Cassandra, and that's brilliant. That's why the choice has to be there.
Yeah.
That's why the choice has to be there. Mm-hmm. Why did my voice disappear?
I don't know.
Why did my voice... That's why the choice has to be there. Because they're taking away the ability for us to connect with another character so that they can force us to like theirs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's the one story we have for you today.
Yeah.
We hope we've given you something to think about
Like feminism
and question
stuff.
why Tommy even bothers to come on here if he's just going to be totally...
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, here's the thing, because you got very lively there when we were talking about this. You got very lively, but you actually care quite passionately about it, which makes me question what you actually care about.
That's a good point, actually.
Yes. So we hope you've enjoyed this and we've given you something to think about and listen to and maybe just kill some time while you're on a train or a broken down bus. Who knows?
Or you could,
You might actually enjoy this.
If you do enjoy it and you did think, oh, you're giving me something to think about, so you have.
You can like the video, you subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell for when we upload.
You can.
Hopefully by the end of the year we're going to have some actual videos.
So we'll be using the Facebook, which is Facebook at OverShadow.ShadowCast. Sorry.
Wow. And you can email us at overshadow.shadowcast@gmail.com.
Yeah, you can put some comments in underneath.
Yes. We always welcome Brian's comments.
Yeah, Brian? Brian? No, he's not there.
Not there this week.
Brian? Nah, he's busy.
No. But yeah, so we hope you enjoyed this and thank you for listening. We genuinely do appreciate it.
Brian? No, he's still not there.
Goodbye.